up? Live from the dungeon. Prince Sports coming at you with another one. Um, uh, it's hot. People are partying. Lots of music being played. I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but people getting it on over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm still doing my little workouts. I damaged my knee yesterday. I was running and I just felt like a crack in my one of my legs. Like one of my legs just like it made a bone cracking sound. Then soreness came. If that makes any sense, you know. I was still able to finish the game and still play, but on my left knee, you know, freak accident, man. You know, now I still played the game, I still finished it out. And if I was to get, done in or something like that, I only have myself to blame because the minute I heard that crack, I could have came out the game. You know, that's what I probably should have done. But I still finished the game out. You know, I still did my warrior routine and finished the game out. Now, hopefully, it'd be a little more healed up today. If that makes any more sense. But lots of stuff going on around in the NBA. We're almost nearing playoff time. Okay, and this got me to thinking. What up, man? LeBron James is going to be out for a while. Okay, I think he has a little injury. He won't be playing against the Blazers, from what I heard. You could correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on, let me see if I got some of my stuff. But you correct me if I'm wrong. But what I heard is he's going to be out for the Blazers game, and man, he may be out for more future foreseeable games because that team's been hit with injuries, and LeBron's been injury prone for a lot. You know, a lot of these seasons that he's playing with the Lakers, he's been actually injury prone, and that's just a sign of playing a long time could get you. You know, it could get you on that injury list for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is in that regard. Oh, oh yeah, I'm missing something, but it's all right. Um, yeah, so it gets you in a lot of trouble in that regard. Now, Lakers, I said, got a lot of decisions to make come playoff time. Well, not even come playoff time, just after the season is over with. What are they going to do, man? They got to make trades. They got to get rid of some people. To me, I think hit that restart button. You know, there's a lot of heated talk that LeBron James may be leaving. I got reports that LeBron James may not even finish the season out. Now, if that's the case, what he's going to have to do is ask for a trade for the Lakers. I mean, if he goes to the Lakers front office and say, I want out, I'm pretty sure they will accommodate him. You know, even though he's a moneymaker for the Lakers, I'm pretty sure they would give him his wish if that's what he so called desires, is to leave the Lakers, right? As far for the Brooklyn Nets go, Kevin Durant, constantly injury prone, he may find himself on that team all by himself. Um, Kyrie Irving is a part-time player, and I don't know if that situation with the Brooklyn Nets is fixable. You know, what's the point of having a player on your team if he's not there 24/7? You know, so he may be gone. And James Harden is fed up with the whole situation with the Nets. He may be gone. You know, even though we suck. Problem with your team are they all playing for contracts. They don't care about winning, man. They just want to get their numbers and get their money. It's kind of weird because the only guy that really making sacrifices that's willing to play his role is Carmelo Anthony. You know, so LeBron James want to prove that he's this and that. Yes, I'm in another country. I'm in the Philippines right now. You know, I'm overseas. I'm in the Philippines right now, and you know, Russ is a free agent this summer. Now, Besides letting him walk, though, they should give him something, get something back in return from him because I don't think he's going to go through the scrutiny again. I think he's a goner. All right. Rather the Lakers want to trade him or not, I think Russell Westbrook is a goner. He don't want to put up with this Lakers fiasco or this craziness going on with the Lakers. He won out, you know, and that big three from the Brooklyn Nets, they look like they all discombobulated. They look like they want out too. You know, I don't know if Kyrie Irving wants to stay a Brooklyn Net given the circumstances. You know, he may want to get traded. Only guy on that team that's actually making the commitment, but he's injury prone, is Kevin Durant. You know, so they may be going in that direction. You know, the Lakers are in a very weird situation though. There's a good chance that they won't win the championship next season. If they don't win the championship this year, okay, it's a very low chance that they're going to win next year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. No, I bet know he was a free agent this summer. So is James Harden. That's why I said the Nets better get something for him before he bounces. You know, but it's going to be very interesting to see where they go. The Lakers are stuck between a rock and a hard place. I said he was going to go back to Cleveland a couple of times. I said that was the best move for him. You know, but he go back to Cleveland, that whole roster is going to get traded. All that youth, all that youngness is going to get traded. But if I'm LeBron, play with that young youthness. Okay, your days of winning championships are probably over. You know, just live with what you got, man. That's a solid. You have a solid career. Them days of winning chips is over, and or maybe over. Yes, the leadershiping toward the youth, and it should be. Why would you want to keep depending on our old LeBron James for? Let these young boys play. You know, he said these old. Hey, I mean, Carmelo Anthony already accepted the role. You know, now it's LeBron James' turn to realize these stats that you're putting up, they're empty stats because they're not leading to winning, bro. You know, you're not closing games out. You're just putting up empty numbers. You want to catch Kareem, fine. Do that on the Cavaliers. Catch Kareem on the Cavaliers. If you're the Lakers, built around Anthony Davis. Take Anthony Davis, get a bunch of young draft picks, and the Lakers could be a young, exciting team built around Anthony Davis. And you may get lucky enough to get a John Wall, a little experienced veteran point guard. But the Lakers need to hit the reset button. You're not going to win with LeBron James. You're going to sell tickets, but you're not going to win them all with LeBron James. He's too inconsistent too with injuries. He's hurt constantly. He's in and out the lineup. This league is really pointing towards Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis got this. He got this league on smash. If he play his cards right, this could be a Giannis Antetokounmpo league. He could be the face of the league. LeBron James is almost out the door. Kevin Durant is injury prone. And Giannis seemed to be Kevin Durant's kryptonite. He knows how to find some way, somehow, to beat a team with Kevin Durant on it. So what's to stop him from going to the finals, playing against the Suns every single year, and actually beating them? You know? If you really look at it, the league is going into Giannis's favor. Kawhi Leonard is Kawhi Leonard. He's almost done. He's like hobbling on one leg. So everybody's almost out the door. You know, LeBron James isn't the LeBron James of old. Anthony Davis, street clothes, you can't find him nowhere to be found. The league's going to be, you know, LeBron. I mean, not LeBron, Giannis. Yeah, Zion's too overweight, bro. He's done, man. He's going to be probably the Charles Barkley before Charles Barkley even retired. He's going to be looking like Charles Barkley during his last years with the Houston Rockets. You know, this Charles Barkley had some athletic ability. He was able to sustain a good NBA career for a good 10 plus years. Now, I don't know if Zion can even do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way it's going. That's why I see the Milwaukee Bucks perhaps winning more championships. Giannis could very well win a championship this year and beat that Brooklyn Nets team for the second time. If Giannis could beat this Brooklyn Nets team for the second time, I think the rest of the teams would give him a challenge, but he could very well beat them. He could beat Miami. It'd be a challenge because they play good team defense on Giannis, but he could beat Philly. All the top contenders in the East, he could possibly beat. The only team really standing in his way is the Nets. Yeah, man, Larry Johnson was a beast. Larry Johnson was a beast. Grandma Ma, man. Thunder is dumb. He was a very fun player to watch. Injuries took away his career a little bit, you know. But he Larry Johnson was no joke, you know. That's a cool comparison. They thought homeboy was going to be the next Larry Johnson. What was his name? Anthony Bennett. That's why the Cavaliers drafted him. They thought he was going to be the next Larry Johnson, and that failed. That didn't came out the way that they thought it would. You know what I'm saying? But these two franchises are in deep trouble. I can't really figure out which one is in more trouble because I think the Nets are on the verge of becoming a big three failure. They're going to go down as one of those big threes that don't win a championship. You know, all that talent on one team and they don't win the championship, injuries or not, they're still going to get held responsible for not winning the championship. Yeah, man. I actually met Anthony Bennett. Met him overseas over here. Maybe he's starting a career. Or I don't, but I actually saw Anthony Bennett. Yeah. Well, the 2004 Lakers wasn't a super team. Man. That was before these guys didn't get together in their prime. The only two guys really in their prime was Kobe and Shaq. That wasn't like what we're seeing now with guys, former MVPs and in their prime getting together. That all started with the LeBron James stuff, man. LeBron going to Miami. You got to look up the criteria of what we're looking for. You know, we're talking about guys in their prime, former franchise players or current franchise players getting together on one team. James Harden's still in his prime. Kyrie Irving's still in his prime. Kevin Durant's still in his prime. All three of those guys got together when they were the man on the other team, or presumed to be the man on. Kyrie Irving was supposed to be the man for Boston. He dipped on him. James Harden's supposed to be the man on the Houston Rockets. He dipped on him. And Kevin Durant, he dipped on the Golden State Warriors because of the whole Steph Curry situation. You know, he wanted to. He was pissed off. He wasn't getting the credit that he thought he was going to get. I mean, come on, dog. You was playing on the Warriors. You really thought you was going to get big time credit playing on the Warriors? You look stupid even thinking that. You know. So those weren't super teams, man. Those was just two young guys in their prime picking up a bunch of old fossils. Those guys were just old, you know. But the 2022 Lakers, it's a little different. Anthony Davis is in his prime, but he can't stay healthy. Russell Westbrook is still technically in his prime, and the only guy you can make a case for that's coming out of his prime is LeBron James. But LeBron James, you can't have it both ways. He's still putting up these big time numbers, so and you're still saying he's an MVP candidate. I don't know how when you're not winning games. You're below 500 or barely above 500, but you're an MVP candidate. We can't switch or move the goalposts for LeBron James. So, man, Anthony Davis, if you blow on him, he'll blow away like a piece of paper. That's how weak Anthony Davis is. My arm hurts. You true, man. You right, man. Street clothes game. Yeah, LeBron is gonna be on that street clothes game too, man. LeBron only played like half a season. He put all that. That's because he put all his energy and effort at an old age into stats. Then he gets hurt. His body is sore the next day. He's like, oh, I can't play. You know, he won his 30 points. Then that's it. You know what I'm saying? I know I got to start coming here early because it's different time zone for everybody, man. You know, but yeah, man, I can't even hit on it and tell you who's in trouble more. You know, I would say probably by a nose hair is the Lakers. You know, because the situation with Brooklyn that could be resolved a little bit because all those guys are still in their prime. They just have to work on playing with each other. All Kyrie got to do is get vaccinated. He can stay on the Brooklyn Nets full time. Kevin Durant got to work on his health, and James Harden is just fed up with both of those guys because he thought he was going to win a very quick and easy championship. Now he find out the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Now he's about to bail out on the Brooklyn Nets, and he's saying Brooklyn, he's according to his close people close to him, he liked the 76ers. He liked the idea of playing with Joel Embiid. Well, shouldn't you like the idea of playing with Joel Embiid before you joined the net? Before you thought, hey, this would be an easy championship, me going on the net. Now you're getting a taste of your own medicine. This is why I like some of these players trying to get an easy championship, and they realize you're going to have to earn the championship like everybody else. Stop trying to look for an easy championship and an easy way out. You thought Kyrie and Kevin Durant could bail you out. No, dog, you got to put your own work in. Like Denzel Washington said, like the dude said to Denzel Washington on training day. You got to put your own work in. James Harden, if you want to be the best scorer of this generation, you want all that hype behind you. You can't be running behind other superstars. Play with one guy that could be your Pippen, and that's it. And have a good supporting cast. You got to do some heavy lifting on your own. Stop looking for a bailout. That's what you're looking for. You don't want to compete. A lot of these guys don't want to compete. They want easy championships. They don't even want to guard the best player on the other team. I mean, you can make a case Westbrook is declining. Well, would you be saying that if he was on another team? Because I guarantee you, if he was on another team, and if they started winning, it'd be a completely different situation. If you're only saying that he's only getting thrown under the bus, is because he's being used as a scapegoat for LeBron James. If Westbrook was on any other team, you would not even be caring or talking about him as much. You know? Oh yeah, they both declining. They both declining, but they declining differently. Kevin Durant is declining because of injury. LeBron James is declining because of old age. You know, LeBron James is good for about 3.5 or sometimes 2.5 quarters. Then he gets tired. But that's fatigue as being an old man. That's all that comes down to. He put so much energy into getting these numbers. Come come closeout time, he's tired. And the other players are like, hey, hold up. You held on to the ball for 3 quarters, 2 quarters. We didn't get no rhythm. You're just getting your numbers. And why should we ball out for you? I see the same situation in 2019 of guys quitting on LeBron again. Because you got a lot of good young players on his roster. Malik Monk, he was averaging what? Damn near 18, 16 a game at some point. That's only 2 points away from this fake All Star, Andrew Wiggins. You got a lot of double digit scorers on the Lakers, but they're not moving the ball. They're not playing team basketball. Everybody's me, 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 me. Let me get my numbers. LeBron James is like, I get my numbers, then the rest of you guys can do what you do. LeBron James told one of his teammates, don't do as I say and don't do as I do. Somewhere in the middle is the gray area. That's where you fit. So he's basically telling the guy, hey, I do what I want when I want. You just got to fit in some way, somehow. Hey, man, it happens with age, though. It happens with age. It is what it is, though, man. These guys get old, and they gotta retire. Father Time is undefeated. You know, that's it. LeBron James at this point should be a third option or a second option, but his pride and his ego is too big for him to swallow that. He's gonna want to get his numbers to say, "Hey, look, I got my numbers," but the Lakers will still lose because you wasted too much of your time getting these numbers. LeBron getting these 30-point games is hazardous to the Lakers winning games. It comes too much at a cost. It don't come within the flow of the game. It comes with him just, I got to get my numbers by all means necessary. Kareem, Kareem, Kareem. That's one of the biggest problems. You notice when the Lakers move the ball, they play team basketball, they play better. But when LeBron is controlling the ball and he has too much of the ball in his hands, you reducing Westbrook's play because Westbrook is a ball dominant player. So he's supposed to be sit out there on the island, try to become a 3-point shooter, you know? Yeah, that's the funny part. A lot of these guys, even in their prime, they can't play 40 minutes a game. There's a lot of less Ironmans today. You can say what you want, but I mean, Michael Jordan was playing 82 game seasons. It took a toll on his body, but at least he went out there for the time that he was supposed to, you know. Because I wouldn't care about Michael Jordan being 40 years old and still trying to play a 48-minute game. At that point, you wouldn't even be called the best player in basketball no more. So what's the point? You're supposed to do what you can do while you're in your prime. Play those full 82 games. Dominate the league. Win your chips. That's how you're supposed to. Exactly. You know, now you got guys that I don't know what's wrong, but these players are not. They're not reliable. They get hurt all the time. Not because of COVID. It's because these guys just not staying in shape. You know, but don't be surprised if Giannis mess around and win another championship. Two-peat, and he'll be able to two-peat without the notion that you need superstars. You know, yeah, that's a funny thing, sensitive man. That's a funny thing. That's what we're talking about. Why can't these guys stay healthy? And medical advancements are more now than they were back in the day. You know, that could be a case too. These guys going to clubs, spending their money, they're not taking care of their body. I think it's time and effort. A lot of players just don't care about stuff these days. You can see it in the regular season. You can see it even All Star games getting devalued. You know, y'all tell me why is Andrew Wiggins an All Star starter? Why? You mean to tell me the Phoenix Suns don't got one player in the starting lineup for the All Star game? Aren't they one of the top teams in the league? Why aren't we supposed to award winning? Well, even the All Star game is almost becoming a joke. It's just who's famous. That's it. LeBron didn't do nothing for the Lakers. Look at it in the grand scheme of things. What has LeBron did for the Lakers to help them win? Y'all be like, can't wait till LeBron come back. But he comes back, they barely stay above 500. Don't tell me they ain't got the talent to win games because when they win, losing some of these games are winnable. I don't want to hear no excuses. Somewhere down the line, something's wrong. They're not operating as a team. That's because too many guys are looking for numbers and stats. That's it. That whole Laker team is just looking for numbers and stats. I call them the Lakers stat patters. That's it. That whole team is stat patters. They're giving up on each other. They don't want to play team basketball. They're just looking to be. Russell Westbrook is just want to prove to the world, hey, I'm still Russell Westbrook. I can still play. I can still get my numbers. LeBron, I want to chase Kareem. I can still get my numbers. I want to prove to the world I'm not old. Well, LeBron said keep that same energy on the Instagram post, right? When we called that team old and this and that. Well, okay. we are keeping that same energy. Then what are you doing about it? You know? Yeah, John, he did quit on the Lakers. So you tell me, is that something that Kobe or MJ would have done? Because he's following those guys' footprints, right? He want to be in the same league as them. Kobe will go out blasting, whether you like it or not. Kobe ain't quitting on the damn team. At least not to that degree, because LeBron James has quit on teams multiple times. He don't get his way, he pout like a little girl, and he quit. Come on, man. Y'all gonna make excuses for this? The Lakers are way too much talented to be losing games. THT, young talent. Malik Monk, young talent. They got that homeboy that shoots 40% from three. Why is he not on the floor getting some minutes being a spot up 3-point shooter when he shoot over 40% from three? Get out of here, man. And you got superstar power? You can't win games? Come on, dog. Stop it. Stop it. Even with Westbrook and Durant, they were still able to win games and go to the playoffs and still go to the finals and still go to the conference finals. If Westbrook could still win games and be a championship contender with Kevin Durant, why can't he be it with LeBron? And LeBron is so-called making teammates better. That's what y'all tell me, right? So why LeBron can't make Westbrook better? Why LeBron can't make these role players better? That's what he do, right? That's what y'all tell me. Yeah, you can make a case, but this is 2019 all over again. That Lakers team quit on LeBron, and LeBron quit on the Lakers. LeBron probably wants Frank Vogel fired, and he's not getting his way due Genie Bus, so he's going to pout and complain about it and point fingers at everybody else. That's it. Let's keep it real, man. Why y'all keep making excuses for LeBron James and sitting there and say, oh, people hating on LeBron? He quits on teams. That is not what goats do, dog. Playing bad and quitting is two complete different things. Even with Steph Curry. Steph Curry has some moments that he didn't show up. He played bad, but he didn't quit. He just didn't show up. Okay? For some ever reason, somebody probably put lockdown defense on him, whatever the case may be. And defense is about effort. If you ever played basketball on the team, they will tell you defense is about effort. It's a state of mind. If you can't play good defense, that's on you. It requires energy and effort. Yes, there's too many egos on the Lakers. Russell Westbrook is a stat pattern. Westbrook like his stats, and he wants the ball. He wants the ball, dog. As simple as that. Jerry West is one of the greatest GMs of this generation, and the Lakers let him go? Are y'all stupid? The Lakers could have built this guy. Jerry West has a knack to see talent, and the draft pick is open field. You don't know who's going to be good, but for some reason, Jerry West knows a talented player when he sees it. He knows how to build a team from the ground up, organically. It's fair to say LeBron James quit on the Lakers. I don't care what nobody says. He probably don't. He probably not even that hurt. He probably just don't want to play. He said, "Hey, I'm done. Trade me next season." But is that the guy you want? You're gonna have this guy probably go to Cleveland, get rid of all this young talent, and then point the finger at them. If you go back to Cleveland, LeBron, and retire with Cleveland like you're supposed to, you play with that young talent. You make people better, then you better make the playoffs with that young talent. Because the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing exceptional good basketball. So adding you should make them even more better, right?
Salute, man.
What's up?
What's going on?
What's good, man?
How you doing? Good, good.
Hey, Chen. But yeah, man. We cooking on this. You say the Lakers are in more trouble. Want to
Here's,
give a little more detailed description of that?
here's why I believe that. One, this team lacks depth. Two, they don't share the rock at all. Three, they give up too many layups, open ducks, and open threes. Four, they have too many egos. Five, AD has been up and down all year. Westbrook doesn't fit on this team. LeBron is not being a leader, in my opinion. They don't feed a hot hand. It was really disrespectful what they did to Jerry West and other people, and they just are not accountable. Frank Vogel doesn't make the right adjustments. The front office didn't do a good job building the team around, and the Lakers right now are fighting for a playing spot. Like, if they were to get to the play in, you have to fight with teams like the Clippers or the T Wolves to get to the playoffs. And if you do get to the playoffs, and let's say you be a 7 or 8 seed, you'll be playing like the Warriors or the Suns. I don't see the Lakers getting out the first round unless they make a move.
Mm. And bro, this proves my point even more. I
Hmm.
said it for a couple months now. LeBron James has been stat padding and only cared about stats. I'm
Pretty
not saying he
much.
don't care about wins. It's been second place for him. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. I don't know what's going on with. Maybe he's mad because he's not getting his way. Maybe Jeannie Buss is not listening to him or something.
Hmm.
But something's wrong with this organization. It's just way too many egos and way too
Right.
many people think they're right. But this is when you give a player too much power and then you take it away. He starts to, hey, okay, you don't want me to do what I want, I'm quitting.
Right.
And as far for the Brooklyn Nets go, they're a complete mess too, bro. Where do you
True.
go with this team? James Harden is set up with Kyrie and Kevin Durant because he thought he was going to win an easy championship.
Hmm.
Kyrie's a part-time player. Kevin Durant's
Hmm.
injury prone. I mean,
Hmm.
Kevin Durant may be on the team by himself.
Pretty much. And speaking of the Nets, they're about to lose to the Kings. Like, what the hell? I'm watching the game right now. They're about to lose to the Kings, and they're about to lose their sixth straight game. The Nets, like Brooklyn, right now, man. I mean, they look flawed. I mean, their depth looks flawed. They have no rim protection. Salute 44.
What's
Uh,
up, man?
what's going on?
Yeah, yeah, man. It- hey, I do gotta want to say one thing, man. What happened with all that
Is
talk
it
about
is it
Philly?
you, kid? Is that you, kid?
You already know, man. Salute. I don't
Salute.
got my photo pic. I don't got my photo, my
Uh,
photo profile pic. But like I was saying, man. Yeah, it's looking bad for Brooklyn right now. And same with the I don't even need to talk about the Lakers, man. Look, ain't no more meat left on the bone about the Lakers, man. I already cooked their asses enough.
that team's garbage.
Yeah, ain't no more meat left on the bone to talk about them bum ass niggas, them fucking retirement home ass.
That team has no soul. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but on Brooklyn,
Bro,
is
they're just
KD still
playing for
injured?
stats. They're
Yeah,
playing for
he's
stats
hurt.
and
Katie's
contracts.
still hurt. Yep.
James Harden too?
Nah, he's playing. They lost to the Kings. Like, are you serious?
Where in Brooklyn or
No, in Sacramento. The Nets might lose their sixth straight game. Like,
Kyrie?
and you want
Kyrie?
Kyrie played, Harden played. You want to hear this, guys? Brooklyn, after this loss, it's only like a game and a half away from dropping to seven. If the Nets are not careful, right, they can fall into the playing tournament if they're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And the Lakers may not even make the playoffs. Don't be surprised if Giannis is hosting up his second championship. I got to
Either
give
Oh
that
yeah,
that
man
or
oh yeah.
Chris
props.
Paul gets it,
He
or
goes
Chris
to
Paul
the
gets his first ring, or yeah.
yep.
Nah, Giannis needed to win his second ring so he can be the second best player playing right now, bro.
Giannis might he
Right.
might get a second ring, but it depends who the Bucks see in the finals if they even get there. It depends. It's still too early
And
though.
they gonna beat the shit out of Golden State, man. Watch.
No, they would
Watch.
beat the if they were
Yo,
to
but
play the
kid,
Warriors, they'll beat the Warriors in like
kid,
five or six. They
I
would.
give you yeah. But yo, I kid trust. I'm gonna give you props because you said Giannis is the man until somebody knock him off. You got to knock Giannis off first, bro. That's just
Pretty
how it
much.
goes. He
Oh
on
yeah,
top
I
of the
said that.
hill.
Yeah, yeah.
If he gets back in the game, you got to. In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Giannis is still the man. You got to beat him.
Hmm.
Facts.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
like with
still
You know what I'm saying?
right. I
go
still
ahead, go
got
ahead.
the. I'm sorry for interrupting. I still got the Suns coming out the West, but if the Bucks were to play the Warriors, though, I could see Bucks winning in 5 or 6. I could.
Against the Bucks?
No, listen,
What?
listen to what I'm saying. I said I have the Suns coming out the West, still a great one. But
That's it.
if the Bucks play the Warriors in the finals, I could see Milwaukee winning in 5 or 6. I can see it.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, all right.
Oh, if we got
Yo,
great one in the building. Great one. You another one that said the Lakers was going to be, you know, what Kobe and Dwight Howard and Steve Nash was. You was comparing them to that team, right?
Bad
yeah,
They
I
team.
might
said
be
this
worse.
like before the season.
Hey, did they at least make the playoffs though?
Yeah, they did, but they got swept by the Spurs.
I mean, they made it like by a hair now. Like at the end of
They were the 7th seed.
no, but I remember they made it like the last week of the regular season was when
Yeah, they
made
did the
playoffs.
last day of the season. They had to beat the Rockets. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the Lakers may not even make the playoffs. Don't give
So
me
yo,
that
great one.
bullshit.
What's the
Let-
biggest problem with this Lakers team?
Everything.
Everything.
Wait, say that
You
again?
hear me? Everything.
No, wait. What was the
Oh
question?
man.
What's the biggest problem with the Lakers? That's
Yeah.
what he's
Well.
asking us.
Okay. Yeah.
You're lagging out.
He said, "What's the biggest problem with the Lakers?"
Oh, yeah, it's about everything.
Pretty much. They don't defend. They don't share the ball. Their offense comes and goes. They don't move the rock. They
They
take too many
old, the
threes.
defense, laggy
Pretty much.
legs.
Truth be told, I'll be honest, I haven't watched basketball in like a whole month.
I don't.
I don't blame you. I don't
I
blame
don't
you.
blame you, man.
Wait, oh yeah, your team Chicago. That's kind of surprising. They did pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's regular season. I'll see what they do in the playoffs. I don't trust them. I know people are saying they're gonna make the finals.
Who? The Bulls? That's
Bulls
not
fans.
happening. Who?
Bulls fans.
That's not happening. The Bulls are not coming out the East.
Well, they're like the
Well,
number
what
one
y'all think
seeds.
about? What y'all think about Andrew Wiggins being in the starting lineup for All Stars, and not a single Phoenix Sun is on the starting lineup?
I mean, Booker's technically
Mhm.
a guard, so that's why they didn't put him at forward, I guess.
True. I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest, because I can see why Ja's there, because Ja had a phenomenal year. So, John,
What's up?
I can see why Wiggins is there because Wiggins has been phenomenal year. So I don't mind it personally. I don't mind it.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got no problem with it. You know, he'll forward, and he's one of the best forwards in
What
the
the heck?
league right
Nets
now.
just lost to the Kings?
Yeah, they lost the 6th straight game.
Wow.
Yeah,
And now
they're one game. They're one game.
From dropping to 7.
Dude, I
Yeah,
told everyone this that
They
they
in
made a
danger of being
mistake
in the
trading
play-in.
away Jared Allen for James Harden. That was a big mistake.
Kind of, but think
I
about
think
it.
Jared
I
Allen.
guess what they do in the playoffs first.
I think Jared Allen would have been more help than James Harden. I think James Harden is washed at this point.
True. I know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yo, James Harden may be a reserve All Star if he could even make that.
And some people like Zach thinks that the Cavs are going to the finals. That's not happening.
Well, yeah, Ticket TV is making so many videos. Cavs are going to find. I'm like, dude, it's regular season. I don't know
Thank
why
you.
people make so much big deal about the regular season.
Tell that to
Ticket-
Zach and Stephen A. Like people think the Warriors and the Cavs are going to the finals. I don't believe it personally.
no, not people. You gotta
The
be
Warriors
specific.
and Cavs?
Ticket
Hold on,
TV
time
said
out,
that.
Some people think both two teams are going to the finals. Personally, for me, I got Suns and Nets, but I can see the Bucks or the Heat get in there. I don't know where Cleveland's not coming out the East. Like, yes, the Cavs are a good team. By the way, the Cavs lost to the Rockets. Just want to throw it out there. But
They're young. Yeah, they're young. They're too young right now. They're too young.
exactly,
Gotta give them time.
right. Darius Garland has not been to the playoffs yet. Dean Wade has no playoff experience. Like Cleveland's a good team, but even though they're a good defensive team, they struggle to score sometimes. Like, and Kevin Love has had a phenomenal year, but he's inconsistent in the playoffs. So, like, let's stop the nonsense and disrespect.
about-
Cleveland's not going to the finals.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though, Prince? You know who the Cavs remind me of in the NFL?
Ooh.
They remind me of the Bengals a little.
Who?
The Cavs remind me of the Bengals a little.
Nah, come on. Nah, I mean,
I mean, no one had the Bengals going to the Super Bowl. Let's be honest.
I mean, that's true, but that's
Back-
NFL
back-
one
Yeah,
game, though.
that is true.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
But
just
That's
saying, you
football's
kind
one
of
game.
remind me of the
Football's one
Bengals.
game. Yeah,
Where,
yeah.
that's one game. NBA
yeah,
And they a
7
good
game
team.
series.
They a good team. Yeah. Yeah, but speaking
Right.
about
Who's
No,
more
football,
I'm
man.
not
trouble?
sleeping on the Cavs,
Who's in more
Zach. I'm
trouble
just
in
not a
South Philly?
believer yet. Like, chill.
I would have to say the right now we already knew from the beginning of the series from the season that the Lakers were headed to be a dumpster fire.
Pretty
So
much.
Mm.
so what's surprising to me now is the Brooklyn Nets, they're in serious trouble. When you
Hmm.
got an MVP and an All-Star playing out there and they're still losing games, with that All-Star cast that they got, it's pathetic.
Mm. Yeah, it is.
How the hell are you in danger of being a seventh seed when you got
And go
Kyrie
to
and
the
Harden
plane.
out there? When you
You
got
might go to the
Kyrie,
plane.
you have an MVP and an All Star with Blake Griffin coming off the bench, man. Get out of here, man.
Hmm.
They're frauds, man. The Brooklyn Nets are frauds.
You can make a case, man. I picked them to win
I
the
mean, we
title.
gotta
I
see. We
may
gotta see
revise my
though.
pick.
You know,
When the
I
playoff,
mean, do you
it's
know
too
that the
early. It's kind of early a little
I
bit.
would say the Brooklyn Nets right now they're on pace to being one of the worst big threes ever.
dude, I told
Mm,
everyone trading for
All
Harden was a mistake.
I'm gonna say this:
Nah, the Lakers. The
if
Lakers.
Kevin
The
Durant,
Lakers.
if Kevin Durant does not come back, the Brooklyn Nets will fall to the play-in and very might well miss the playoffs.
Nah, I won't go that
I
far.
wouldn't go
No,
that
No,
no,
far. I
don't make
wouldn't
the
no,
go
playoffs.
that far because
Don't make
no,
the playoffs.
Kevin Durant's gonna be
Tell me what
back
the record is without KD.
after the
Tell me what
All
the
Star
record is
break.
without KD.
So
Tell me what the record
Yeah,
is without
but
KD.
sure, yeah, but they'll still have enough
I
to
don't
get to
know,
the
man.
playoffs.
I don't know.
Hey,
Those teams down
yo,
there in the play-in are competitive teams.
hey, y'all
Boston,
Yeah,
see?
but do
Tatum,
you
and
trust
Brown.
Charlotte, Washington, New York, Atlanta in big games? Do you trust
Nah,
those teams in
New
big
New
games?
York and Washington, they're not in the play-in.
I know, but my point I'm saying is, do you trust Boston
Uh,
consistently, New York, Atlanta,
I trust
Washington, Charlotte, big
Washington
game?
for
I don't
Brooklyn.
trust those teams
The
consistently.
problem with Brooklyn is they have no depth.
but
Joe
I
Harris
do
isn't coming
trust
back either.
those teams to be real desperate later on in this series and squeeze out some wins out of desperation.
They're not
I
beating Brooklyn
mm.
fully healthy, man. I mean, come on, bro.
well, when is Brooklyn ever going to be healthy? Though we've been saying this for
I'm in the
2 years
Exactly. You've
now.
been
playoffs. Talking
saying
about the
that for
playoffs.
too
KD's
long,
gonna come
man.
back eventually.
Yeah, but
Kyrie's
Durant
too
is gonna
Ky,
come back though.
Kyrie's too injury prone.
Okay,
James
that's fine. If
Harden
Durant comes
at
back,
this
who's
point is
next?
injury prone.
James, what?
Like they're never
Okay, but can
healthy.
LaMelo Ball get
They
hurt?
they
Can Trey Young get hurt?
they
Other
only
teams
played
get
10
injuries
games
too.
together.
No. G-Money, I get your point, but the point is you got to realize that LaMelo Ball, we don't know about him getting hurt. We don't know about Trey Young getting hurt. But what we know is that Kyrie Irving is notorious for getting hurt. He was
I
injured in
understand that.
Cleveland for 2 years in the playoffs. He was injured in Boston in the playoffs. He was injured last year in the playoffs. He's
I
known for
understand
this.
that.
That's the difference between these guys. You can say like, oh yeah, Tatum might get hurt, Trey Young might get hurt,
I
But
know,
that's
but
but
my
that's why
point
they're
that's
is
why
not
those
we
known
guys
for
can
saying
get
getting hurt.
hurt too. My point,
that's why
those
we
guys have
saying
been
if they
injury
get
prone
Kyrie
healthy.
too.
Irving is like
That's
the
why we saying if
Anthony
they get
Davis of the
healthy.
East.
But here's the thing: you're
But that's
assuming
a
that
big
Durant won't be
if.
back. He might come back though. So who knows? We just have to see what he do. We have to
Hold
wait and see
on.
by March or April, and then we can have a discussion.
You're also missing the fact that Brooklyn isn't going to
Hey,
get Joe
speaking
Harris back
speaking
this year.
hey, speaking about teams in the NBA. Y'all see my team Philly, bro?
Yeah, Philly is what? I think Philly's like the first seed now, or they're on
Nah, we the
pace.
second. We the second. They
Yeah,
Nah,
oh
third.
yeah, right.
My Bulls are the first seed.
Yeah, y'all was
You're right,
talking all
right.
that shit.
Like,
What
yeah,
happened?
Yeah,
they're
Philly's the
just one
third
game
seed.
behind.
Philly's third.
I'm telling you right now, the Bulls are the real deal. But they get
Hell
Lonzo and
yeah.
Cruz. So they get Lonzo and Cruz so bad they got the best on-ball defenders as guards in the game.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
Chicago, yo.
And in the
Chicago,
Chicago can make
playoffs,
some
tell me
noise.
what it wins in the playoffs. You need ISO ball down the stretch. The Bulls might have right now. I'm saying right now. I'm not saying overall. Right now, they might have the two best isolation basketball players in the game. Not saying overall. I'm saying right now.
I kind of some
Yeah, I
yeah.
would agree. I would
Tell me
agree.
this. The reason DeMar never won in Toronto is because he had Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's not going to guy who's going to go get you 50 a night. He's not going to. He's guy who's
True.
going to go get you 40 a night. Zach
True.
Levine, when he wants to get 40 or 50, he'll tell the coach, "I'm going to go get 40 and 50." He'll go get 40 or 50.
Yeah, but Levine's never been in a playoff game in his life.
That's
Well,
my
that's
point.
what
Not
we said
everyone
about
can
the
just
Suns.
show up.
That's what we said about the Suns last
Yeah,
year
but that's
before
one
Booker did.
team. Not everyone can just go into the
That's
playoffs and
Chris, but they
dominate.
had Chris Paul. They had Chris Paul though. Come on,
Look at Julius Randle. You expect Randle to suck in the playoffs last year? Anyone can
But
suck in the
that's
playoffs. No,
different
no.
though. The
It's
Bulls are
not
very.
different. That can happen with Levine. That's not
No,
different.
that's
That
not
can
just
happen
about
with Levine.
Levine though. This is the thing about the Bulls. They're a very, very deep roster.
That's great
very,
and all,
very
but
deep.
teams can also. That's great and all, but even then, teams can scheme on Levine. Again, I'm not saying he's going to
Yeah.
suck. That's not what I'm saying. But teams
Listen,
can double,
LeBron,
triple
you can
Levine.
do that. You can double and triple Levine, but then that leaves DeRozan. Then what are you
But
gonna do without no one
DeRozan's
to
up and
block?
down in the playoffs, though. We don't know how he's going to look in the playoffs, though. DeRozan's been had a history of
This
being
is the
inconsistent in
first.
the playoffs.
I get what you're saying, but I'm telling this to people. This is the first time DeRozan finally has a guy he's playing in the playoffs with he can defer to. Kyle Lowry's not gonna go isolation and get you 40 points. He can't. He's not that type of player.
I mean, time will tell. We just got to be patient. Time will tell.
Time will tell, but the Bulls have been doing work all season long, and they're
No, the
staying up
Bulls are
there.
good. I like the Bulls. I think they can get to the second round due to their athleticism and good passing. I'm just not going to say they could go far yet. It depends on matchup,
I think they can match up pretty well with anyone. They got
Yo,
a
do y'all
lot
think
of
LeBron
good.
go to Cleveland
You
next
guys
year?
also got to realize,
Uh,
man, the Bulls just confirmed Pat
Man,
Williams is
if
going to come
LeBron
back
goes
too.
back to
Dude,
Cleveland,
if
I
you're
man,
don't.
Dan Gilbert
that'll be
though,
a
if you're Dan
travesty.
Gilbert, why would you want
But
LeBron?
Gilbert,
He's just gonna like redo your entire team and trade your whole team again. They built a
exactly.
young core. Why would you get LeBron? And LeBron's just gonna like recycle the entire team.
Like
Even
LeBron
David
may
Griffin. David Griffin
man
was
man
a
LeBron may go to New York.
what's it called? Even
You
David
think
Griffin
LeBron's
so?
not
was
going to
a
New York.
I doubt it.
what's
He
it
was
called? David
about to
Griffin even said that
2019, but
Hey,
his
the great
pipeline.
one. The great one. I'm going to tell you this right now. Brooklyn's definitely missing that trade they have with Cleveland. They definitely want Jared Allen back.
I agree with that.
I
They need rim protection.
said
They're
it from
liking
day
that
one.
depth.
James Harden is. I don't think he have any like factor.
Let's not forget
in this team.
they also packaged Karis LeVert in that trade. And that guy's a bucket too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think
Well,
James
I
Harden
don't.
But I
lost
mean,
at
there's
this
no.
point.
Still got too much talent to be losing games.
I don't know, man. You just watch Harden this year. You could just tell, man. He just doesn't seem like the same player, man. He looks slow. He just seems
True.
like he can't get his bucket like he used to, like isolation.
True.
There's just something about his game. There's something off. Just watching by the eye test,
I
man.
think
Like,
he's out of
the
shape.
guy's
too.
never
That's
going to shoot a
another thing.
mid-range jumper.
He looks out of shape, like you said, great one. That's true. And it takes too many.
Do
I
you
mean,
think
he's always taking too many step back
he's
threes and
too
stuff.
much?
He's also going to shed like 20 pounds.
Hmm.
I don't
He's
think
lost
he
his quickness.
provides any impact on this team.
This is also the problem in Brooklyn. They have no defenders on that team. Tell me one guy who's going to lock up the primary guy on the other team outside of KD.
Not that much. I mean, they're looking to outscore people, which is kind of stupid because
Like,
what's the
But
point
Kyrie's
of
not going to play
trying to score a lot
defense.
of?
but
Harden's not
that's
going to play
that's
defense.
that's what Kevin Durant
Joe Harris
prefers.
comes back.
That's
They'll
what
help
Kevin
their offense.
Durant
That'll make the
prefers. He
defense
prefers
even worse.
ISO.
I mean, that team plays no
Like I
defense.
said, I think if they're all three is healthy, they're definitely gonna win. But that's a big what if.
That's another big if.
That's
I'm
too.
telling you right
That's
now, I
too.
don't know
That's
who's
too
going to come
big
out
of
of
a
the
what
East.
if.
I don't know who's going to come out of the East right
The
now.
East is unpredictable, man. It could be.
Yo,
It's only
what it do?
flu hoop.
Yo, P, what it do, man? What it do? Where you been at, bro?
Chilling, son.
Salute y'all. Yo, G Money, what up, baby? What it do,
What's
man?
going on, man? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, G? You good?
Good, man. You?
Yo, I'm tell you this much, bro. I can't win shit on FanDuel, man. These
Wait,
motherfuckers is all inconsistent role ass players, man. You feel me?
who you talking about?
I said I can't win shit on FanDuel.
Right.
All these motherfuckers is inconsistent role players, man.
Right. Okay.
Like this shit
Wait,
is
what
so
player
crazy.
do you-
You ever tried to bet on FanDuel?
Which players are you talking about?
no.
Which players are you talking about?
Like, I mean, like some nights, all right, it'd probably be Trey Young or like Joel Embiid been very consistent.
True.
A player like James Harden. Oh my God, don't ever bet on that motherfucker.
Yeah, he's
They
been
will
bad
have
this season.
him. They will have him. Yo, bro, I would think he would get over 25, 23 against terrible teams. He can't even do that, bro.
How much you get tonight against Sacramento? Like 8 or 10?
You see what I mean?
Hang
Like
on.
I didn't even, bro. I didn't even bet. I ain't even put him in my bet tonight.
Dang.
Man, I'm just looking at Brooklyn's schedule right
Yo.
now. Man, they can lose another 4 or 5 straight.
Probably.
They got
Yo, what does
Utah.
it
They
say?
got
If the Lakers
Denver. Damn, those are not easy games.
Word. Yo, what if the Lakers and Nets don't make the playoffs?
That'll be embarrassing.
That'll be bad for Adam Silver's not gonna let that happen.
That's my point.
Like
That's why I
CJ
want Bucks to
McCollum.
get in. Harden
CJ
at full
McCollum, right?
points. Harden at full
Like
points
I
tonight.
would see that's crazy. Like this motherfucker CJ McCollum. I would think he would get above 22 points tonight. Motherfucker got 14. Like, come
Hey
on, man.
man, that's the story of the
Wait,
Trailblazers
wait.
season.
Someone said that I should get kicked because I said Harden is washed. He's washed at this point.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know why you're.
I wouldn't say he's washed, man.
It's the rule
About the
change.
fit
It's
on
the
that
rule
team,
change.
it just seems like they
Because
don't like playing together. Kim and Kyrie.
nah, I think it's because he get the majority of his points come from the foul line. He can't do it
Yeah,
no more.
I like that. They
Yeah,
made the game a
that
little
too.
bit more physical.
Oh yeah.
They got
Yo,
rid of the
who?
rule, so he
Who's in
can't
more trouble,
foul bait
Lakers
no
or
more.
Nets?
Like I had Russell Westbrook to get over 20. This motherfucker got 8.
No, who? Prince? No, who? Prince is
And this
asking
guy
you
said
who's
Russell Westbrook, what a bum.
Huh?
who? Prince is asking who's in more trouble, Lakers or Nets? Who's in more trouble?
Oh, Lakers, 100%.
Lakers.
Even when they're healthy, they suck.
Pretty much. They're struggling with the Blazers right now.
No, G
Well,
Money,
it's a
it's
close
not even
game
that.
right now.
Even when they got Braun and AD and then healthy, they still lose.
Well, because like you got this motherfucker LeBron, he's trying to stat pad and be the number one option. Everything was cool in LA when they had AD as the number one. As soon as that stopped happening, the Lakers just sucked ass, bro.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say that when AD can't play more than 30 games in a season.
Now I'm saying, bro, like even last year they sucked because he wasn't the number one option no more.
I mean, last year they sucked because AD missed more than half the season, and when he came back, he got hurt again in the playoffs. Otherwise, they were about to beat Phoenix. Everyone knows that. They were up 2-1, would have gone up 3-1 if AD didn't get hurt.
Probably.
But I don't know, man. Like this year, they just look. I mean, but still, bro, they look trash.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the Lakers. I mean, you look at their roster, man.
Because
I can't pick one guy.
The fucking Clippers are better than the Lakers.
Even the T will still look better than the Lakers.
Yeah.
G Money, you were hating on the Clippers. I told you the Clippers are gonna make the playoffs.
I wasn't hating on the Clippers at all. I mean,
you said that they were not gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna be like a bottom tier team.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I checked their schedule too. It's horrible. I don't know, man.
They don't even have Paul George either, and they're still winning games.
Yeah, but that's now. What about later in the season, though? We have to see how Kawhi and PG are going to look. I had to check the schedule. It doesn't matter. How's it going to look from injury, though? So, I don't know, man. I mean, if I had to guess, man, I'm going to shock people. I think the T-Wolves will make the playoffs. I think Minnesota's getting into the playoffs.
I agree. I would love to see Minnesota, man. D'Lo, Cat, and Edwards, man. Even though it may not be the best, they're fun to watch.
I think Minnesota's getting to the playoffs.
Word. Hey, yo, John, I got a question for you. Did you like that? Hold on for a minute, y'all. John, did you like that Steph Curry versus Kyrie Irving showdown? That was entertaining, though.
That was fun.
Yeah, but Steph Curry's so fucking inconsistent, bro. It's not even funny.
Which is true.
I mean, I wouldn't say inconsistent. I mean, you look at his career; he's one of the most consistent players, but he's never had like a shooting slump like this in his entire career.
I mean, but he never really been this exposed, really, in his whole entire career.
I mean, he has.
But,
I mean, even if you want to take out KD, they got to the championship multiple times.
Yeah, something KD hasn't done yet.
KD has won without Steph.
Remember, let's not forget, KD was out in the Western Conference Finals, and they still swept Portland in the Western Conference Finals without him.
And the Blazers were up 18.
When Curry's on his game, when Curry's on his game, we know how dominant he is.
That's true.
Let's not forget even against the Rockets. Remember the Rockets?
I think it's better player Steph Curry.
I just want to know all of y'all opinions. Who's better, Steph Curry?
I think Kyrie,
man. I mean, it's not even an
man, come on. Everybody knows it's Steph. It's not.
It's Steph Curry.
I think it's Kyrie because, like,
it's not an argument.
Nah.
Kyrie's an isolation player. Yeah, he might be a better pure scorer.
He's not even a better pure scorer.
Steph is not hitting.
Steph is a 2-time scoring champ. Get out of here.
Huh?
My
Steph is
gang,
a
I
two-time
disagree with
scoring
that.
champ.
Steph
He's not a better
Curry, if
pure
you
scorer
this tells
than
me you don't
Steph.
watch his game. He might be one of the best guys at breaking people down and getting to the hoop now too.
Yo,
And Curry
bro.
can hit the floater sometimes too.
He's also got a nasty mid ranger when
Like
he
when
wants it.
Curry is not hitting threes or hitting shots, he's not doing nothing. Kyrie, bro,
Man,
he
that's an outright lie because
That's
the Golden
false.
State found a way to still win
Kyrie's a
games when he's
closer.
struggling.
Is Steph Curry a
True.
closer?
You know what the biggest difference in Kyrie and Steph Curry is? Steph Curry can play off ball. Kyrie can't.
That's true.
And Steph is one of the best defensive guards this year. What's Kyrie doing? Nothing. Get out of here.
Defensively.
Come on,
Yeah.
True.
man.
I need a better isolation player, Kyrie. I'll say that.
Yeah, but
And
an overall player,
Kyrie is a better
Curry's
finisher, better mid range shooter, but Curry's a better 3-point shooter, and Curry's more efficient.
not only that, he makes a bigger impact on this team than Kyrie does.
Hey, Kyrie's no slouch on 3-point shooting though. He can shoot the 3 ball.
No,
Yeah,
Kyrie
Yeah.
can't shoot if you know.
I
But
mean, the
but
Curry,
he's
West
not
is. I
Steph
mean,
though.
we
But
all
he's
know
not
what's going
Steph.
to happen in the West. It's going to come down to Phoenix and Golden State. So, I mean,
Phoenix,
it's pretty
Golden State,
obvious.
and don't sleep on Memphis. Memphis there too.
Yeah, we just need to go. I just want to see Golden State get healthy though. They got to get Draymond back too.
And I gotta see how the young guys look in the playoffs first, but I want to see how both teams look in the play. Chill, that's just me personally. And don't sleep on Memphis. Memphis is gonna be a dark horse.
And
Yeah.
John Moran, baby.
That's Zaire Williams. You have
So
Desmond
what does this
Bain.
do for Steph Curry's legacy?
I mean, if Steph managed to win this year, then he'll be one of the few players in this era to have multiple championships without a top 75 player all time.
Right.
I think he can
mean,
do. I mean,
Clay should
I
be
wouldn't
top
put it past
75.
But the thing is, the Clay is not. That's just the facts. He's not. He's not
Well,
a top
agree.
75
not to
player.
who? Not to who? To like voters.
To the
That
voters and
list
stuff.
not.
I think people also got to realize this, man. People are saying, man, look at what Clay's doing, man. 22 minutes a game, he's averaging 16 points. Wait till those climb up, his minutes climb up, man. He's gonna be getting more buckets than this that.
I don't know about that. They gotta share the load with Andrew Wiggins.
But that's what I'm saying. He's only playing 22 minutes right now, getting 16 a night. Imagine in the playoffs when he's back up in those 30 ranges, man.
I don't.
That's
I
not
don't
good
really,
for other teams.
I don't expect much from Clay because he's coming back from 2 catastrophic injuries. I'm expecting more from Andrew Wiggins than Clay.
No, John, I get your point, but what I'm saying is just look at the small fraction of time he's playing, and he's still getting like 16, 17 a night.
True,
If the
but
minutes go up, it's going to be even more of a problem for the other teams.
but I do see Clay being more of a playmaker this year because he's coming back from those injuries. So he's expanding more on his playmaking now. So
Man,
Golden
he
State is
is,
going
but
to
man,
be
even in
so
those
Golden
limited
State's going to
time, he's still
be
getting
Golden
buckets.
State will be more of a threat because of Clay's adding playmaking to his game, which is cool. But I have higher expectations for Andrew Wiggins than Klay Thompson.
I just feel like it's going to be really tough to call Golden State, man, in the playoffs, man. They got too many guys who can score the ball and play defense.
I mean,
Not to
I hear you, man. I hear you, but I hear you guys saying, man, and maybe the Warriors might prove me wrong, but personally, for me, I gotta see how Poole, Wiggins, Wiseman, these guys look in the playoffs. That's just me, man. So, and time will tell, but it will be a fun playoffs, man. But the team that you cannot sleep on is the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not saying Memphis is going to be a tough out, man. They're athletic. They play good lockdown D. John Morant's had an MVP type season.
Not only that, who's that one boy they're missing still, man? That guy's a bucket
Dylan
too.
Brooks. Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, he wait till
Good
he comes
defender,
back.
can shoot the free. Also, there's also, you also have Zaire Williams, athletic free, can shoot the 3. You also have Desmond Bain. You also have D'Anthony Melton. They're gonna be a tough out, man. If you're the Warriors or the Suns, I do not want to play the Grizzlies.
I'm telling you, man, John Moran reminds me of Prime D. Rose.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Andrew Wiggins like that.
Yo, but Lil Prince. Andrew Wiggins is guarding the best wings in the NBA, and he's messing up their efficiency. From Kawhi, Paul George, LeBron.
You got to realize that, and what the Warriors are also doing, They're not playing Iguodala or Otto Porter every game. They're resting them. In the playoffs, you're gonna have everyone playing at the same time.
And they still maintain a top five defense.
And all I'm gonna say is this: back in the day when Golden State was winning without KD and winning on 73 games and
Okay.
stuff, who was their third option? Harrison Barnes. Andrew Wiggins is stepping into that number 3 option.
He's way better than
And
Harrison Barnes.
man, that's what I'm saying. He's an all-star. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Good luck.
And to me, I think Andrew Wiggins will be an all-star from years to come because
Wait,
you because
so y'all
only
y'all
only
okay with not
only
single
off
Phoenix Suns being in the starting line?
I
only
think
only
I
off
think
this.
Golden State's gonna win the West.
I don't see it. I got Phoenix. That is me.
I got the
Like
Warriors
Phoenix, you
winning
have
the
the best
West.
record in the West, right?
And don't forget, you
Yeah,
also have to win a game 7 in Phoenix. That would be tough.
Yeah, I agree with you, G
Yeah.
Money. But I guess
Yo,
we'll
G
just see what
Money,
happens.
Phoenix, you have the best record, right?
They do. They're 41-9, 11 straight wins. I mean, both teams can win in each other's home floor anyway. The Warriors can win in Phoenix. Phoenix can win in Golden State. So it'll be fun seeing. That will go 7 games for sure, in my opinion. Because here's why I think the Suns would beat the Warriors. Don't forget, you also have Biombo that will protect the rim, too. Don't forget about that. You also have Biombo, McGee, and
Yeah.
Aiden that protect the rim. And also, you have Devin Booker that can still create his own shot and get to the basket. And you have Jay Crowder and Bridges that can, they're not going to stop Steph, but they can at least contain him a little because they're physical. If you notice with Steph Curry, sometimes Steph Curry can struggle against great defensive teams sometimes in the playoffs, though, if you notice. So,
Right.
and Klay Thompson is good, and Klay is a good shooter, but Klay can be inconsistent sometimes in the playoffs, if you notice.
Yeah, but
but
when
Clay
Clay's on
Clay
his game
Clay
in
is
the
Clay is
playoffs, his
always
game
I
on
don't know, man. I
inconsistent
just
in the
had a
That's my
playoffs.
point.
wants to
We
do a
don't know
Warriors.
what
No,
Klay's
no, no,
going to
no,
do
no,
in the
no.
series.
In the big games, Clay shows
One
up.
player
Kevin
is ready
Durant
Not
to
knows
all
go
the
how
in
to
the
stop
time. He
him.
playoffs.
comes and
Not all the
goes.
time. Stop
Not
it.
all
Not
the
all the
time.
time.
Game 7, Game 6 against OKC. Y'all
That's
don't remember
game
that?
6, Clay. What
That's
would
game
game 1
six, and,
be?
and,
That's
and
game
Steph and
6.
Steph
What
damn near
about
had a
game
triple
1, Clay?
double.
Game 2, Clay? Game 3, Clay? Game 4, Clay? Game 5, Clay? Game 7, Clay? It's not just game 6. It's more than game
I mean, I
6.
get that, but that's why you still have Steph Curry. That's why you still got Andrew
Yeah,
Wiggins.
but
That's why
Steph can get doubled and
Draymond
tripled
Green.
in the playoffs, though. And teams can be physical. And I love Steph Curry, and Steph Curry is a great player. But I got to be honest about Steph Curry. I'm not saying he's a choker. That's not what I'm saying. But there are times, too, in which he comes up short here and there. Let's be honest.
That's fine. You can double him, but then what are you going to do about Clay? Then what do you
How's
think
he
about
going to
Andrew
look in that
Wiggins?
series, though? That's my point. We have to wait and see.
Okay, I mean, I get that, but I mean, how many years have we seen Devin Booker in the playoffs? 1 year?
Yeah, but he balled out in that 1 year. What are you saying? I'm
Okay,
not
and we've seen Curry ball up way more than that.
okay. I never said we're gonna shut down Steph Curry. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying is that they can be physical with Steph. And another reason why I would pick the Suns over the Warriors is that sometimes the Warriors can be turnover prone. Let's be honest. The Warriors
I
share the
get
ball,
that, but at the same
and that's
time,
gonna
there's
mean something.
still I also think the Warriors have the ability to take out the Suns' best players. They have more. They have more
Same thing with the Suns.
possibly
So,
deep. Yeah, but those defenders aren't as good as the Warriors defenders. We've seen what Andre Iguodala has done to
so an older
some of the
Iguodala
best
on this
players.
team as he was 7 years ago. That's what you're banking on.
He can still do it.
He can, but what?
Yeah, I've seen
But
it this year.
all right, but I seen him get torched in the playoffs by Milwaukee last year, so we had to see how he looks this year. I mean, Iggy's good. Don't get me wrong, but this isn't Iguodala 7 years ago, though.
And I also know just watching these little 22 minutes, Klay Thompson, he's still got that
He,
defensive presence.
I mean, he's been all right, but let's not act that this is all-star Clay. He's been all right, but time will tell, though. He's been up and down. I mean, again, I think it'll be a 7-game series. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy series. That's not what I'm saying. I respect the Warriors. I just not a believer. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the Suns. I guess we can just agree to disagree.
That's fine. That's fine.
Man,
Okay, yo, how y'all feel
but
about
now
some
now
guys I guess
now
going to be reserved, like Luca?
Right.
Devin Booker, I got Devin
Go
Booker
ahead.
as a reserve.
Luka, Booker, Chris Paul, Karl Anthony Towns should be in there, arguably.
Yeah.
Cat's
Donovan
like a-
Mitchell.
Mitchell,
Cat's overrated.
but he's been hurt a little. Mitchell had the concussion though.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
in the
Gobert
my
probably
concussion
dad.
gonna get
protocol.
in.
Gobert's been out too though.
He'll get in though. He almost got in as a starter
This is
too.
my thing. You got two Golden State Warriors in the starting lineup for the All-Star game. You can't get one Phoenix Sun in there.
Yo,
They do
yo,
got the best record in the West.
If you
Right?
would have, you had to take out John Moran, but I don't want to do that to Ja. I don't, because Ja deserved it.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
yo What I heard this on Ticket TV. Ticket TV said that Jordan Poole should be an all-star.
That's disrespectful, man. No, that's disrespectful.
No,
I
what?
wouldn't say All-Star, but I'd say he's in the six-man conversation for sure.
Hmm. 6 man, yes. All-star, disrespectful, man.
Dude, Ticket just
Yeah.
says random stuff to get attention, dude. I don't listen
Didn't
to
he,
Yeah.
that.
didn't he also say that
Jordan
Jordan
Poole's
Poole
an
was the
MVP.
MVP? That was
Yeah.
super
Has,
Super
moronic.
disrespectful.
What's it called? He keeps saying
would you
Cavs are going to the finals.
Devin Booker
The
over
Cavs,
Andrew Wiggins in the All Star?
excuse me?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Would you have Devin Booker over Andrew Wiggins in the All Star lineup?
yeah,
Yeah, but isn't
Tough.
Booker more of a guard though than a forward?
yeah. They do 2 guards, 3 forwards.
Yeah, because Wiggins is more of a forward.
Hey
The
man, I
All
just want
Star
to point out
game
one thing.
positionless
I want to point
right
out
now.
one thing. Trey Young should not be an All-Star starter.
Exactly.
Who do you
Zach
think should be in
Levine,
there then?
Zach Levine should have been the All-Star starter. As Shaq said it, Chuck
You can
said,
make a
everyone
case.
said it.
And also the
He's
fact that the
been
Hawks have been mediocre all year.
Zach Levine has been hella consistent. He's shooting 50%, 40% from 3. I mean, like
Good point.
26 a game.
Listen,
He's missed like 4 games all year. He's been
listen.
hella consistent.
I would say this. I would say that Trey Young is riding Steph Curry's coattail
What do you
because
mean?
I mean because like the media members and stuff they see the whole like Steph Curry like game in him. They just push him in there.
I'd say he's a poor man. He's a poor man's version of Steph.
Yeah.
He
Because
is deemed as the
cause,
next Steph Curry. That's what the media wants him to be.
yeah, the media want Trey Young to be the next Steph Curry.
I mean, as
He's
much
not.
as they wanted
Trey
to, man,
Young's,
he's not.
Trey Young's a great player, but he's not going to be the next step. He's not.
He's also been
What's it called?
very
Did you guys hear
inconsistent
Kendrick
this year.
Perkins say Joel Embiid
yeah.
the most skilled center
Okay,
of all
what do you
time?
think?
I think.
Wait,
I
Prince,
mean,
Prince,
you can,
did you hear Perkins say Embiid's the most skilled center ever?
What?
I think he's right. I
That,
think you can make the
Nah,
case. You can,
that's
I'm
a
not saying
lie,
he's the
nah.
bro.
best.
The
That
I'm
most
goes
not
to
saying
the
he's the
skilled player
Joker,
best
of
or
all
man.
most
The
time
Joker
dominant.
got the
It's
MVP
really
three.
Jokic.
flat out.
Jokic is a better passer, better
No, he said
seems
most skilled center of all time.
Nope. That goes
over
to the
Hakeem.
MVP, the Joker.
I'd say he's more skilled than the Joker. I mean, Joker.
Nah.
No,
Do you
I
think
mean
Look at
Embiid's
of
more
all
skilled
time,
Embiid is
than
that should
also
be Hakeem.
Hakeem?
Embiid is also an all NBA defender too. So
But I'd rather go with the Joker.
And what about Hakeem?
But I mean,
You think, what about Kareem? You think Embiid's
go
more
ahead.
skilled
Yeah,
than Hakeem?
I get that, but if you look at it, like just look at Embiid, what can he do? He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. Kareem couldn't really shoot from anywhere on the floor,
True,
and
but
he's
Hakeem.
dominant. And he's dominant down low. He's also a
True.
great defender. He's got
Hakeem is
more. I'm not saying he's more dominant or better than
Dude,
Kareem. I just think he's more skilled.
Hakeem is more
Hakeem would
skilled
take
than Joe
Embiid to
Embiid.
school.
Good
We know
point.
that.
Hakeem was also a better finisher. Embiid is more athletic, yes, but Hakeem is a better finisher. Hakeem
Not
is
a defender.
arguably a better passer. And in my opinion, Hakeem's also a better playoff performer. I mean, don't get me wrong, Embiid is
Better
skilled. Don't get
defender,
me,
better footwork, better
right,
skill set. Come on,
right.
man.
Don't
Come
get
on,
me,
man. How's Joe Embiid better?
that's disrespectful, man.
Or he
That
said
was
skilled. No,
disrespectful.
he said he's the most skilled center of
No,
all
no,
time.
I would agree with skilled. Even Shaq has said that multiple times that he thinks Embiid is one of the most skilled
Yeah, but
centers of
Shaq
all
also
time.
said that Giannis is better than him. I agree to everything a player says about
Yeah, I
him.
mean he is though. Giannis is. I mean, nobody's arguing Giannis might not be the best player in the game. He might be the best player in the game.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, but
I
skilled
think he
center.
said Shaq said Giannis was better than him.
Right, all time. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
heard
don't
him
think
say
he
Yeah.
that.
said that.
I think
I
he's just
think he
being
did.
humble or
Nah,
something.
that should be Hakeem.
I don't know about that.
Well, what's it called? I know he hates on Tim
No,
Duncan. For
you
some
can't
reason.
even make. You can make a case the Joker is more skilled. You can make a case the Joker is more skilled than Joe Embiid right now. So
He
how is
is
he
better
more better than
passer, arguably just as
Hakeem?
good as a rebounder.
And
Also good inside scorer, better.
and, and
The thing
his
about the
offensive
Joker though is
efficiency is off the charts.
I think the Joker is very soft.
Nah,
And
I
nah,
think
nah.
Embiid's soft too a little though.
Nah,
not
I've
as
seen some
soft
of
as
his
The
stuff.
Joker,
Joker ain't soft.
and Joker's not gonna play defense.
I remember when Damian Lillard dropped 12 threes on the Joker and he still won the game.
Won the game, and then Game 6, Joker devastated the Blazers again in Game 6.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, that's what the
And
Blazers are, man. They're chokers.
I know Portland chokes every year in the playoffs. We know.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
certain,
know.
there's
that is
certain teams
crazy.
there's certain teams that underperform in the playoffs. Utah, Toronto before that, Kawhi, Portland. Um, there's a lot of teams that underperform in the postseason. The Clippers at times.
Hey, who beat Denver last in the playoffs? Who Denver
But let
lose
me
to?
ask you this:
Denver.
What about the Joker versus AD? Let's say AD wasn't injured. Do you think he should have been starting over? The Joker should have been starting over
I mean, if
AD.
AD
Or
was
do you
Yes,
having
still
the
the
think
season
Joker's
he
AD is
an
had,
better than the Joker?
MVP and
This season,
Anthony Davis is not. It's that simple for me.
Anthony
The
Davis is
Joker's
done, man.
an
He's
MVP.
washed.
AD is not an MVP.
well, I feel
Anthony
like
Davis
AD
is
is just
washed.
he leaves a lot on the table. Like he should be
Mm.
the best player in the world when you think about it.
you can
But
make
he's
a
not.
case.
He's not.
If he's
No.
not injured, he no, I thought he had the potential to be the
He
best,
doesn't
but
have the
he gets
potential.
injured.
He had the mindset of a number two. He loves being a number two, and he performs like one too. So
Not only that, he might be one of the most injury-prone players I've ever seen.
Which he is, sadly.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know.
as of right now, y'all think the Joker's better than AD?
yes,
Oh,
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely,
100%. Not even an argument anymore.
absolutely. I'm
Are you
not.
talking about when
If you
healthy
come up
or
with
like
this
right now
season,
or
yes. This season, yes.
Even last season.
You can make a case.
I think Joker's the best big man in the game. Or maybe Embiid. I'd say him and Embiid.
AD got his work cut out for him. This.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his work cut. He'll
Oh
come
yeah,
back
no
for 10
question, man.
games
I
and then
mean,
like
there
break
could
his
Come
be
leg.
on,
sense that.
come on. Like I remember one time this year, Giannis was playing center and he was cooking 80. Got him out of there.
Man,
Folded
AD's
him.
gonna come back. He's gonna chip a fingernail and sit out like 5 weeks.
Pretty much.
Man, AD's really losing his clout, man. This is
Like when
this is
When
crazy.
Draymond
You
Green is
know,
shutting you
you got
down
two
in the
guys that
playoffs,
people.
man, you gotta go.
Hey man, no disrespect. Draymond starts down a lot of people in the playoffs.
well, it looks like the Lakers are beating the Trailblazers right now.
Yeah, they're up by 4 with a minute 30 to go.
But
Was
who's up by
Russell
4?
Westbrook is almost has a
Lakers up by 5 with a minute 30 to go.
well, Russell Westbrook almost has a triple double.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
That's
that's what
another
he
problem
likes,
too.
man.
You have two
He loves
stat
that
conscious
triple
guys
double.
on a team. No, that's another problem with the Lakers. You have two stat conscious
Oh yeah.
guys on a team. You're
I
not
mean,
gonna
they
win
both.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I knew the minute they traded for Westbrook it was a mistake, man.
Oh, yeah.
Westbrook is garbage.
I don't think he's garbage. I just don't think he fits on his team.
Yeah,
I don't think he fits on any. He does not fit in
listen,
this
I don't think
NBA.
Yeah,
he's
see, that's
He
the
garbage.
does
funny
not fit in
thing. If
this
Westbrook
NBA.
wasn't on, word.
He does not fit
Yo,
in this
we all
NBA.
know if
Period.
Westbrook wasn't on the Lakers, we wouldn't even be criticizing him.
LeBron and AD recruited Russ.
Yo,
It's
John,
not
do
the
you
other
agree
way
with that?
around.
If Westbrook,
I mean, Russell. It's always the same thing every year, though.
exactly.
With Russell Westbrook, though.
I'm not gonna. He does not fit in this NBA.
But Prince,
I would not. I would not want him on my team.
LeBron and AD went out their way to get Russ. It's not the other way around.
I don't know what they were thinking. You literally gotta literally gotta mini
Exactly.
LeBron.
So then you have all these people in the media
I'm saying,
blaming double management.
I'm
I'm like,
saying
it was
on the
literally
criticism
LeBron who formed the team.
level.
Like the other day, Chris Broussard
Right.
was calling out.
I'm saying if Westbrook wasn't on, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I hate
Yeah,
how the
I'm
media.
saying if Westbrook wasn't on the Lakers, we wouldn't be criticizing him the way we are.
I mean,
True.
I think it's the same case with him every year. It's the same story.
Same
You
story
know-
with him, man. He's never gonna have a positive impact on this team.
Like that, I remember hearing the stuff about the Wizards last year because the Wizards were doing bad in the middle
Yeah,
of the season. You're hearing the same narratives.
I mean, I just don't think he fits in this
Yep.
NBA.
Yo, is Westbrook a journeyman at this moment?
I think he is. I think he's better suited to come off the bench.
No, I think he's suited to go on like a really, really bad team because at least then
I
he'll
think
be
he,
in the
I think he
playoffs.
can be a star. I think he can be a starter on like on a really, really bad team. I agree with the
Yeah.
great one, but like to be on a good team, he's got to come off the bench.
Like if you put him on a team like a
Damn,
really
that's
bad
crazy.
team
You
like the
went from-
Raptors, Like if you put him on the Raptors, they'll probably make the playoffs.
The Raptors
Westbrook,
actually
no.
been a decent. The Raptors
No,
actually been a decent team. They're not
Who are you
bad.
take? No, great one. Who are you taking out of the Raptors lineup to start Westbrook? I'm not taking out Van Vliet. I'm not taking out Siakam. I'm not taking out OG and
I mean, you can put
I'm not
Van Vliet
taking
at
out.
2. You can put Van Vliet at 2.
You're gonna take out Gary Trent, Mr. Bucket? Hell no.
Gary Trent's
No.
averaging 30 points the past 5 games. By the way,
Who are you taking out of that lineup? Nobody for Westbrook.
Nobody.
and Toronto has an opportunity to make the playoffs. I don't think they will, but Toronto has an opportunity to make the
I
playoffs.
think Russell Westbrook better than Kemba Walker. I think
No, I
if
mean,
you put him
Kemba
on,
Walker's
I agree with
washed as
that.
hell.
Yeah, Kemba
But
Walker
look
is
at Kemba.
washed.
Okay, if we're comparing
Yeah, I
Kemba
agree.
and Westbrook, but look,
I think
Kemba
if you put him
doesn't
on the
play.
Knicks will be better than what they are with Kemba Walker.
Definitely.
I mean, if you're comparing Kemba and Westbrook, look
Westbrook
where Kemba is right
actually
now. He doesn't
probably
even play.
yeah.
Like you can't. I don't think you could put Westbrook on a championship team, but you can put him on a really bad team and they'll be playoff. They'll make the playoffs.
I
True.
don't
Maybe
know
a
if they
first
made the
round
playoffs.
exit. They'll
Wait,
make
what
the
were you saying?
playoffs. I said they'll make the playoffs and be a first round exit.
Yeah,
I don't think they'd even make the playoffs with him. I just don't think he's a winner.
I mean they
He's
made
a
it with the
player.
Thunder that 1 year after Durant left. That team was horrible.
No, they had some really good key pieces. They had Victor Oladipo.
All right, because Spencer's constantly changing.
Wait, Prince, what were you saying?
Oh, Spencer constantly changes. Who's the MVP right now then?
I would go with
Probably Embiid.
I would go with Embiid.
Okay.
Prince, what do you think about Tom Brady's retirement?
Oh, I mean, hey, I'm gonna give him his props. You know, he had a tremendous career, but I'm kind of glad that he's actually retired because I can see somebody else trying to win that. So it's bittersweet, you know. But
Well, I
shout
don't
out
think
to
it's
Tom
gonna
Brady.
happen because like after what happened with Mahomes, I don't think there's anyone close coming to Brady right now.
Mahomes could probably do it.
I mean, no, but we saw what happened this year too with Mahomes.
Yeah.
But if Mahomes doesn't win more Super Bowls, that's gonna be stain on his legacy.
He's gonna be like the next Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because that's what I think might happen. Because they gave him like $500 million for like 10 years. If he doesn't win another,
great one. John made just a good statement. He could be the next Aaron Rodgers, bro.
you don't know. Yeah, we don't know.
Wow.
Because like right now, I think Brady's GOAT case is pretty much cemented. I don't think, from a resume standpoint, I don't think he'll come close.
Yo, G Money, you gonna be watching the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I will be. I'm starting to get into NFL a little bit more. It's been fun watching the NFL playoffs. The Bengals, man, that team has a lot of heart. The Rams survived against the 49ers.
Dude, I can't believe the Bengals even made it, dude. Like before the season, I didn't even think they'll make the playoffs.
True.
And even like before the playoffs, too, I thought they'll maybe win like one game, but then I didn't think they were beating the Titans, especially the Chiefs. That was like a huge shocker.
Right.
Cause to be honest, they're not even a good team. Because my Bears played them, and they pretty much exposed them. Like Burrow looked horrible, so I'm like, I think that's one of the most shocking like Super Bowl appearances I've seen since in a long time.
Yeah, I had no idea Cincinnati was gonna go there, man. I would have bet everything against them. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't, you know.
I mean, that's what I like about NFL, though. You never know. NFL, you never know. You never know who's gonna get there.
Mm. Well, yeah. It depends on matchup though.
Yo, G Money,
if the
man,
matchup is like, yeah. You think?
No, I said it's good to see that you talking about the NFL, man. I like your insight on the NFL, bro. I really do.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Who do you guys think? I know the Rams are probably the favorite, but if Burrow could pull it off, that'd be crazy.
Amazing. And don't forget, the Rams are the second team ever to host a Super Bowl playing at home. Because last year was the Bucks. So.
Well, to be honest, the Rams don't have any. Like last week, it was filled with 49ers fans. Most of our fans are bandwagons.
Very much.
Because LA is more of a basketball town. No, did you hear what they did, right? So there are 49er fans that want to buy tickets. You could only buy tickets if you lived in the LA area. If you lived in in the Bay Area, you cannot purchase tickets.
Right.
Wow.
Did you hear about that, Prince?
Now, who do you got for the Super Bowl?
I got Rams in a close game.
I think the Rams win, but I think
I'm going with Rams.
like my mind is telling me Rams, but I'm really hoping the Bengals could pull it off like they did the last 2 weeks. I mean, they have a chance. I don't think it'll be like a blowout. Like they have to play a really good defense and make Stafford play horribly.
All right.
Word. I had that.
And then what's it called? Did you
Yeah,
hear
man. Yo, the NFL has been these games have been excellent to watch.
yeah.
Bro, that overtime game, man, that was we saw one of the best classic football games not too long ago. That was a
Yeah.
Mhm.
great game.
Well, only the
Kansas
wild card
City,
weekend
man.
games were terrible, but yeah, week 2 and week 3 they've been. Even the Bucks game too. They almost came back at the end.
They were down 27-3 and came back, but Cup
But great
got
game.
the ball at the end. Yeah,
No, people thought they were gonna pull a with the Falcons in the Super
they
Bowl.
almost did.
That's another thing about Tom
Word.
Brady too. If you have Tom Brady on your team, no matter how many points you're down, you're not out of the game.
Pretty much.
Like you can't say that about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, hey, he is an all-time great. We can't take nothing away from Tom Brady. He may be the best quarterback of all time for a lot of people. That's why I pay the respect. I never was a Tom Brady guy, but I had to respect his game because he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is in that case. But yo, we about to be up out of here, man.
All right.
Oh, hold on, let me just see my great one back in. Yeah, man, we about to be up out of here, man.
Okay, yeah,
Salute to
okay.
all you. Word.
Are you
And
gonna? So wait, so you don't have access? Do you have access to these games in Philippines or no?
yeah, live stream. I live stream the football game.
Oh, okay. But they don't like
Okay.
broadcast these football games, though, right?
No, I don't think I'd be able to broadcast these games. I don't want to take a risk from the NFL. NFL is very strict on, you know.
No, I'm talking about in Philippines. In Philippines.
Oh no, they don't broadcast these games in the Philippines. Football is non-existent in the Philippines. Some of
Okay.
these people don't
What
even know
about for
what
basketball
the
games?
NFL
Do you get basketball games there?
basketball almost 24/7. Basketball is crazy here in the Philippines.
Okay. So
Everybody
if
loves
you
it.
watch the NBA playoffs, you would get like the full coverage.
Full coverage, yeah. And
Okay.
you know the funny thing about it is, this has probably one of the biggest fan bases for Steph Curry and LeBron James. They jerseys
Wow.
sell like crazy over here. Lots of Steph Curry fans here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, but
Go ahead,
right.
G-Money.
No, right. I was about to say that how long you be at the Philippines to March?
Yeah. And yeah, probably about March. And
Okay.
you saw my tryout videos, right? Those are just practice because I
Yeah.
played for the Blackwater team here in the Philippines. So, you know,
Right.
you know, I put my work in against some of these guys here. So, it's fun, man. They got their own pro league here too. The guys of course, isn't as talented as the NBA, but I mean, they got some good skills. I played against a lot of these guys here.
Right.
I'm sure soccer is big too, right? In Philippines.
Say that again.
I'm
Oh
sure
yeah,
the soccer.
soccer, volleyball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, they're very sports centric here, man. They play their sports.
Well, right now basketball is pretty much global, pretty much everywhere nowadays. I noticed,
Yeah,
even like
basketball is
Mexico.
very global. Yep.
Yeah.
And yo, I went to the trenches, the projects around here. They got a court they call the Lebron court. Okay, just LeBron's like face or his, just a picture of him is on the basketball court. It's full court, and you get to play against like some of the best players in the Philippines. It was one of the best experiences I have ever had playing basketball. Because the court is in the middle of like four project buildings, and everybody gets to look at you. So, everybody comes out and watches. It was
Mhm.
amazing. You get a lot of oohs and ahs, a lot of screaming. It was fun.
Hey, I got a
So,
quick
yeah.
question. So, when are they gonna
What's up?
announce the All NBA and All Defensive Team selections?
Well, they
Probably
do it
like
at the end of the year.
at the
End of
end
the
of the
year?
year. Probably like
Oh,
Yeah.
around the playoff time.
Yeah.
Probably I've had to guess probably during like playing tournament. That's my guess. Probably during the
Oh yeah.
playing tournament.
Well,
I know
I hope they stop doing that. That award show is so stupid. Like,
they,
yeah.
they stopped it. It's over. They stopped doing the award
because
show.
what's it called? You don't care about MVP when when there's already a champion. Who cares about MVP?
True.
You're
Should they
supposed to
start doing?
announce it like before the playoffs, not like after the championship.
Yeah, but the whole award show is over. It's been over. So they
Or they
start
should at
doing?
least do it like the NFL does it before the Super Bowl. They should maybe do it before like the final. I don't know. They should do it before the playoffs if they do have it, not
Yeah,
after the
I mean,
season.
I liked it when they announced the awards before the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I'm
When
saying
they
if they do have
when they
award shows,
when they announced the MVP and then the MVP go to their home stadium and they get
yeah.
to see the crowd react.
Yeah,
That
that,
used to
that
be
was the
that was
bomb.
cool.
That was so good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
saying if
why are
they
you
do
going to
have
put
an
it on a
award show,
separate award show when the season's already over with? That's so stupid. You know,
no, if you
people
were gonna
forgot
have an
about the
award show,
MVP.
you
Nobody
should have
cares.
it before the playoffs. Like NFL, they do it before the Super Bowl. I think NBA should do it like
Right.
before if they do have it. Because when the season's over in like July, no one cares about MVP anymore.
True. Everyone just cares about summertime and do whatever
Yeah,
they want.
or free agency. That's what people
the
care about.
free
respect,
agency.
Pretty
respect say he will
much.
average 50 in the Philippines. No, you won't, bro. Trust me. There are a lot of good. There's some pro players here from that didn't
Mhm.
succeed in the NBA. They play here. You got
Well, but
guys like
they
Anthony
gotta wear
Bennett
some
that
better.
played
They
here.
gotta wear some shoes though.
Right,
Oh, what
right.
happened? No, that
No, I
that
saw that
that's
video
hood
you made.
basketball, man.
No, what's it called? I
Yeah,
saw the
that
video
that
you
that's
made.
basketball in the hood.
They're
Yeah,
playing barefoot.
that
I
was
don't know how you can
basketball in
play
the hood,
basketball
bro.
barefoot.
Yeah, me neither, man. But I told you they get down, man. They could jump on concrete and move like
Yeah,
like they have shoes on and still play basketball. That's hood basketball though here, man.
I would average 80 points per game in '90s NBA.
No, I know Beacher's not a big fan of '90s NBA, but it wasn't some scrub era. There was great defense, especially in the paint.
Yeah,
You would
bro,
not.
you be getting your shot blocked, getting knocked down,
Hmm.
elbows.
You would
Come
get
on,
hit in
bro.
the face. Your eyes would be bloody.
Word.
Dude, you would.
Man, y'all gotta
How
stop
people do
stop
say that about the
disrespecting
'60s,
eras.
but I've
Every
never heard that
era's
about the
great.
'90s.
They all got pro professional players. You
Right.
know, you. It's funny. We criticize and you put down some of these great players. They made it to the NBA. You know how hard it is to make it to the NBA. You're doing something right. If you can make
Pretty
it to the
much.
NBA,
I mean, if you're
like
Ben Simmons
you
though,
could
if
take
you're
the
like
biggest scrub.
6'10" though, let's be
Well,
honest.
Ben Simmons is a decent player, but yeah, he can pass, rebound, defend. But if he can just get a decent mid-range shot or maybe a three-pointer, he'll be a better player.
Well,
It's not happening. He rather be Draymond Green.
Pretty
dude,
much. And
Draymond
Draymond
Green
Green
at
has
least
more
like
heart.
hustles.
And
Yeah,
Draymond Green has
Draymond
more
Green at
heart.
least hustles. He doesn't hustle at all. Like
So,
you gotta heard what Shaq said. He said he lost respect for him. Me too. I do not respect that dude.
yeah. You don't respect Ben Simmons? I don't blame you.
Yeah, not at all. And then he really hurt. Like he really hurt his image too this year. Like if he
Hmm.
came back balling and say, hey, you know what, I screwed up, like
No,
how LeBron did
we
that.
don't mean UFC technically like that, man. We just mean a little bit physical defense. I like when it's 50-50. Don't make it handcuffed to a point where it's easy to score. That's the problem with today's basketball.
Now,
You just make it so easy because the NBA wants more points.
because back in the '70s and
That's all the
'80s they were
NBA
doing
wants. They want more
UFC. They were
points.
doing UFC. That wasn't defense. Back in the '70s and '80s, they're doing UFC.
He said that was UFC. Nah, I think that was tough defense. I mean, you are right, John.
Nah,
There's some
that's
plays that was like
UFC.
borderline.
Doing karate chops to the
He said
throat when they're in the
UFC.
air.
Or look at it, just watch Bill Lambier highlights and you'll see.
Exactly. That's
No,
UFC
Bill Lambier
defense.
was a savage.
That's UFC.
Bill
That's not
Lambier was a
I
defense.
savage,
still
bro.
can't stand. I still hate him.
Bro, it's amazing that the NBA let the Detroit Pistons get away with what they got away with. Even David Stern was like, "We let these guys get away with murder." I mean, there was looking to end people's career on a basketball court.
Dude, you know what I love to see? Bill Lambier going against Kevin Garnett. No, because Kevin Garnett acts like a
Oh, that'd be fun.
no, because Kevin Garnett acts like a fake tough guy on the court. Imagine him with Bill Lambier.
Mm. I don't know, man. I don't know if Kevin Garnett a fake tough guy though, man. I
No,
think he about that life.
he's a
He
big
go
fake
at it.
tough guy, dude. You saw what he did. Remember, Melo went to meet him out in the parking lot. He didn't show up.
Mm.
Because you remember what he said to he told Melo that your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. And
Oh
he said
yeah, I
he
remember that.
Melo's like, "Go meet me. Let's
By
meet in
the
the
way,
back."
I remember that.
And then Melo tried to meet him on the Celtics bus. Kevin Garnett didn't want any of that.
Mm,
One.
right, right.
Oh,
Kawhi Leonard, I'm not banking on Kawhi Leonard coming back from an ACL
oh yeah.
injury.
he's not
Look,
going to be healthy. And I checked.
on top of the tendonitis, no way, no way,
Right. And I checked the
no
Clippers
way.
schedule. Again, I know Great One says I'm hating. No, I give the Clippers the credit for proving me wrong to this point. But at the same time, you want to hear the schedule to the rest of the season? It's pretty bad. You want to hear it? Let's see. They got the Lakers, the Bucks, the
They could
Grizzlies.
beat the Lakers. They could beat the
I
Lakers.
know, but that the Bucks, you have the Grizzlies, the Mavs twice, Warriors, Suns. They'll probably beat the Rockets. Lakers again, Rockets twice, Lakers, Knicks. You got the Warriors, you got the Wizards, Hawks, Pistons, Cavs, Raptors, Jazz.
Aren't Bucks depleted right now, or do
Yeah,
they have it?
they're getting healthier.
Oh, okay.
Cavs, Raptors, Jazz, Nuggets, Sixers, Jazz, Bulls, Bucks, Pelicans, Suns, Kings, and the Thunder. I think the Clippers will be in the play-in, but I'm not like what you said, John. I
Right.
don't see Kawhi being healthy. I don't see PG being healthy. And don't forget, even if the Clippers play hard, you also have to consider this though. This team comes back from a lot of double-digit deficits. They're going to be tired at the end of these games, though, because when you dig yourselves these holes, you're going to be tired at the end of these games.
Yeah.
I don't think they make the playoffs, man. I'm not hating on them. I just don't see it. If they make it, probably 8 seed, but I don't think the Clippers make it this year.
Well, I still think what they're doing with Kawhi and Paul George is
Very
impressive.
impressive. It's
I mean,
very
it is
impressive.
impressive. I'll give them the credit.
They don't have their two best players, and they're still doing this.
They play
And
hard
you
though.
got the Lakers, who still have they're
Like a
like
super team, and they're still and struggling.
yeah.
Hell,
Even
they
the
barely
Nets
beat
too.
the Blazers. Barely.
The Nets still have Harden and Kyrie, and you still can't win games.
They lost to the freaking Kings. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
The Nets
Man,
gotta be
that's just
careful.
crazy within itself.
Right. Nets gotta be careful to fall into the plane. I think the Nets will avoid the plane, but if they're not careful, they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
I got the Nets barely
Right. Hey, that,
escaping the plane.
I agree with that.
I just gotta. I think they'll be. I think I'm gonna wait to see how they look around March before I make my judgment about this team, because maybe Durant might get healthy by that time. Me, who knows? Because again, I understand injuries with Brooklyn, but we can say the same thing for any other team. You can't. Are we gonna trust Jason Tatum to stay healthy? I don't know. Am I gonna trust Trey Young to stay healthy, or LaMelo Ball and other teams, or Van Fleet or Pascal? I don't know. So if we want to say something about the Nets, gotta say about other teams. Anyone can get hurt, even the guys you don't expect. That's not for me. I don't. I don't go off hypotheticals. You know. I don't go off hypotheticals. Anyone can get hurt, even the guys you do not expect.
Yeah, I'll hop up out of here. I gotta do some stuff. So
Right.
All right, so
I'll
look,
see you
great
guys,
one.
and I'll see you, Prince.
See you, man.
Yo, we about to be up out of here, man. Well, before we get out of here, man, y'all follow boxing. George Kambosos is in talks to go up against Devin Haley. So if y'all want real good boxing,
See
that's
you,
a good
guys.
all-star matchup for a boxing fight. But yeah, man, we about to be up out of here, man. Salute to
All
all
right.
you guys, John, great one, G Money. Salute y'all.
All right,
So are you
salute,
gonna
bro.
go live after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, definitely gonna go live after the Super Bowl. That's a
Okay,
championship,
I'll
bro.
try to, or your next live stream or whenever it is. I'll try to join.
All right, no
All
problem.
right, see ya.
All right,
Salute.
salute. All right, y'all. Shout out to Bistro. Tay Davis, my apologies go out to you, bro. I know you wanted to jump in the live stream, but we had too much people in. And when the spot was available, you didn't came in. Hoop Facts came in instead. Shout out to Respect. Shout out to Bistro. We'll talk more about this ever stuff. We'll talk more about this ever stuff later, man. Because we about to get up out of here, man. But nah, the 2010s was not the best era of basketball, bro. That's when things were starting to get really too out of hand. You know, um, especially with these weak ass rules. You could take a guy like Isaiah Thomas. He'll be an all-star in today's league, and he'll average about 30 points easily because you can't touch nobody. It's so easy to score. If you play basketball, you would know that. But I'm out, y'all. We'll touch on this some other time. But peace and salute to all you guys. Much respect, love. We out.